back to
Saturday on Sunday.
bring you some biscuits.
We're not ghosts.
What a stupid podcast.
Welcome.
Have you ever put a quarter on a backboard?
Saturday.
And welcome.
How do those big ass titties? Welcome back.
Hello, and welcome back to this installment of How to Do a Podcast Incorrectly.
Oh yeah.
I am Twan.
I am Stephen.
And I live here.
I don't.
At all times.
I'm here. I'm here every week. Where have you guys been?
I mean, as far as you know,
I
every
haven't been putting
time,
out anything. You know?
every time we there's any space and time of space and time
Continuum.
between fucking Doctor Who.
Oh, I was gonna say transfunctioner next.
The continuum transfunctioner.
Right.
You guys know
Yeah,
what,
no.
what the time machine is in Back to the Future?
The DeLorean.
Do you know what it originally was?
No.
Before it was the DeLorean?
Some kind of a dildo or something.
No.
Was it a gremlin?
No. They ride a gremlin in
Had it been the fork toaster equation?
It was a refrigerator.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then that just didn't fit well.
Right. How do you get a refrigerator going that fast?
I mean, is your refrigerator running?
Right.
But I've had that same reaction to telling people that.
Yeah.
Oh, refrigerator, how are you going to... I was like, I don't know, the same way a phone booth does it, or
Right. I mean, the TARDIS could be anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be a phone booth. If you're up to date with Doctor Who, you know that it could be a house. It could be...
I'm talking about Bill and Ted.
Oh, I guess different
Different
phone boxes go through time, I guess.
Right.
The TARDIS goes through space and time.
At least there's
That's
two
what
of
I'm
them.
talking about here, space and time.
We had this talk about time travel and if it exists now and whatnot. And I
It for
said-
sure exists right
And somebody's
now.
like, oh, in the future, they're going to invent a time machine, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, not in the future, technically. I said, once a time machine exists, it has always existed.
Right.
Forever. And they're like, well, no, it's in the future. And I'm like, right, but if it exists in the future, it exists right now.
Right.
And they're like, they didn't get the concept. And I'm like,
Yeah.
watch some time travel movies and
Right.
get back
There's
to
a lot out there.
Right. I think I've talked about it before, but it's like somebody was discussing how UFOs and stuff that people see are glimpses of people fucking around with time travel. So it's like Time Ghost or whatever. It was Tom DeLonge from Blink-182.
Here's the thing. We might currently possess... It's probably changed by now, but I think we possess for a long time a time machine that can go back in time,
Right.
but never forward in time.
Right.
Because it would be easier to move back in time
Right.
than it would be to move forward. If you understand the idea of space and time being two
Right.
completely different things.
Yeah. It's like if you go forward in time, where are you going to be? Somewhere in the middle of space.
Because-
Probably.
Right.
So, a time machine isn't like essentially a blip of light and like traveling through wormholes and stuff.
Right.
Going back in time, a time machine would be staying still.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that space and time move past you, and you're doing that loop and going. You know, it's weird to explain, but
Yeah.
that's how it would be: is standing still in space and time until you stop the machine and get out wherever you
Right.
are at that point.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know.
It'd be
I'm
pretty
not
cool,
a
though.
scientist.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm doing. That's also
play
one
one
of the
on
things I've added
TV.
into my.
Like, I got a lot of things to do. I think I'm gonna pick up some kind of science. Maybe
Right.
fucking time travel.
Yeah.
You know, just an easy one. Just
Right.
an easy side.
Something that nobody's really thinking about. Unless they've been watching Doctor Who for the last 60 years.
I've never seen anything Doctor Who.
It's been
Nothing.
It's been out there for
Not-
60 years.
No shows, no books, no comics, no nothing Doctor Who. I've never placed any. So, like, I have no knowledge of anything that happens in Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know what the TARDIS is. Like,
Oh.
But you're aware of it.
yeah, I'm aware of it because and I know it's part of the show, but
it stands for time and dimension relative in space. It's a time machine that travels through time and space.
I thought it was a turtle.
It is a living being and a space machine or time machine spacecraft.
It's a living.
Yeah, but
Time-
not like there was only a couple episodes where it was actually personified as a person.
Did you have to get inside that person to travel through time?
I mean,
Open wide.
I don't think they addressed that in the episode.
Well, isn't it technically a kid's show? So, I mean, we can't really talk
Right,
about
technically,
that.
it's a
Wait,
kid's
do you
show.
have to get inside the other ones to move through space and time?
Oh, the TARDIS?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's bigger on the
Okay,
inside.
so so that would lead me to believe with context clues.
Right, you get all up in that.
Right.
Like the center console has like these things that you can flip open, and there's like this pink like slime, and you just stick your hands right in there. You really get in it.
See, Bill and Ted
But that only happens
was just the size of a phone booth.
yeah.
You could jam people in there.
Right, that's so uncomfortable. Get into the TARDIS. You could fit like, from what it seems like, an unlimited amount of people in there.
Weird.
Right, and you would
Creeps
think,
me out.
you know, in this this phone box, how could that happen? But it's a police phone box, so
Does
who
it?
knows?
Can you make phone calls?
Yeah, I'm sure. there's the TARDIS has all kinds of, you know, good antenna to
Yeah.
reach any time.
It just
anywhere.
seems like too much.
Yeah, it has a lot of like MacGuffins in the show for sure. Like the Doctor has a sonic screwdriver that fucking basically does anything that moves the plot along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plot moving screwdrivers.
Right.
You need them.
Yeah, and then
In the
it seems like currently every 3 seasons the Doctor dies and gets a new face. Same person technically, but you know, they're a whole new person physically.
That's how they keep. Is the show still currently going?
Yeah.
Oh.
And like the 10th person actor to play the Doctor is coming back and playing the Doctor, and you're like, the fuck?
Screwdriver.
Right.
Gotcha.
It was probably the screwdriver the whole time. So that's my nerd rant about Doctor Who.
Hey,
You
gotta
know,
get it out at some point.
I
So-
probably still won't watch it though.
yeah. It's, you know, at least the from 2005 to current is on HBO right now. Except for the specials, you can't get the specials on there though.
Well,
The specials are
the
different.
fuck?
How different?
No, they're the same. They're just, you know, special. They come out on Christmas, so that makes them special.
Oh. Yeah, just not interested.
Yeah.
I don't know why though.
I mean, a lot of people, like, you know, whenever it came back and people were all about it, like, that wasn't when I first started watching it. It was like a couple seasons in. And I'm like, you know what? I'm bored. Might as well give this a try.
See what the hype's about.
Jacob and Jen gave me shit when I first started watching it, and then they both sat down and watched an episode, and they're like, oh, well, do you want to start this from the beginning again? And I'm like, fuck, well, I guess I will now.
Kinda.
Gotta twist my arm about it.
Right.
You guys drink any tap water while we're on break?
I tried to avoid it. I just made ice cubes with it, hoping that, you know, that would kill
That
anything.
it would freeze out any of the stuff that
Right,
would kill
yeah.
you.
Right, no
Well,
toxins.
I
for
think
me.
we've established I drink canned water
Right.
usually,
I
or
think you're supposed
filtered water out of the fridge.
Yeah.
I think you're supposed to boil it though. I don't think freezing is what does it.
Right.
But does boiling it get the chemicals out?
I think so.
It just releases it into the air in your
You
house.
you ever heard of anybody saying, "Hey, I just froze all the toxins out of this"?
Yeah, I just said that.
Doesn't work.
I'm a scientist.
That's why those bacterias and stuff are coming out of the icebergs and stuff in Antarctica and like
yeah.
releasing into the air because it just puts them to 9 times.
Yeah, and then fucking I don't know.
If there's anybody in those icebergs, like people, alien, whatevers that have been frozen for however long the icebergs have been there, and they're able to be thawed out and brought back,
Yeah.
they will think that they have traveled through time.
Oh,
Well,
right.
technically they did.
Oh, yeah.
No, they stayed still through time.
Right.
Right. Just like a time machine.
Well,
Right.
you know, the shifting of the
Tectonic plates.
right.
I don't know
Mm.
what that is.
I mean, hopefully they're as cool as fucking Encino Man if they do.
Yeah, wheezing the juice.
Right, and have fucking put a car on two-wheel motion, you know?
I'm just waiting for fucking California to fall off the United States.
Oh, yeah, apparently they're having the weather that we should be having.
It's snowing out there?
Yeah, they're having like fucking inches of snow.
Nice. We have had
About time.
Right.
we have had a
Shut
beautiful
down
winter.
their whole economy.
This whole winter season has been beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
A couple times it snowed.
Right.
Most of the time it was like, 70 degrees in the middle
Right.
of January in Ohio.
Right. It's like it would snow and then just rain the next day and wash it all away. And then Anthony
Stop
touched
it.
his microphone.
No, I didn't.
I saw you.
You saw nothing.
Don't lie to me. Hey, did you guys watch the new Chris Rock special?
I did.
I did not.
It was hilarious.
I haven't really watched anything new.
No.
Out of
You-
being
you've
busy.
been a little busy.
Yeah.
I don't have shit going on.
Like, I got Hogwarts Legacy,
Yeah.
and I still haven't done anything really in it.
Yeah.
I've dabbled, but I don't have enough time to, like, sit down and play it.
I know.
But I'm trying to because I'm trying to get them curses.
Oh,
I'm trying
yeah.
to just, like, start owning people with some
Right.
curses.
You have a broom?
Yeah, oh, yeah. Got the broom.
Hell yeah.
Thing about it is, in Hogwarts, like, so a big thing throughout the Harry Potter series is, like, teachers getting students in trouble, so you can't go into the Forbidden Forest or be out after curfew or all this other crazy nonsense.
Yeah.
Yet, in this game, I can stay out in the Forbidden Forest for 3 nights without ever going to Hogwarts and then come back. Nobody says shit.
So unrealistic.
And, like, the thing about it is like, I'm in the middle of the Forbidden Forest, and there's, like, poachers and stuff that you're, like, stopping. And I'm just out there with my regular spells just murdering these dudes.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, nobody's saying nothing. Like, and they're like, oh, we're going to teach you how to duel, and we're going to give you this. And I'm like, I just
Don't
killed
need it.
14 men in the middle of the woods,
Right.
and I'm a student.
Right. Like, do I get credits for this?
And they're like, you gotta be a good wizard. So, also, there's no repercussion for using any of the unforgivable curses.
Well, somebody's not forgiving you for it.
The guy who died.
Well, it's got to be somebody.
But realistically, you can just come back as a ghost, I think. So,
I mean, I don't play those types of games just because it's like that or like Skyrim or any of those games where your items of clothing do certain things or take away certain things. It's like, that's too much shit. Like,
much thinking.
I'll play Grand Theft Auto because all you do is you collect more and more weapons, or you crash this car and just go steal this other car.
Right.
Like, I like games
Simple.
that you're like, yeah, you're on an even kilter the whole game. Like, I'll jump in on playing Halo or something like that because everybody starts with the same shit, It's like, yeah, you can have a gun that looks different than my gun, but it's the same gun. Yours is painted differently. Like, that's fine.
But it makes
So-
it better.
So I'm thinking storylines. You're not in on it.
Yeah, like I'll play a story mode of a game if it's just like a linear thing.
Like Pac-Man.
Like, yeah, I'll play Pac-Man. I'll play fucking 2D scrollers, fucking Super Mario World every day.
Right?
Yeah. Do you play that on your PS5?
Yeah, the one I just bought, you know?
They're expensive. I wouldn't do it.
No. I'm probably... The next system I'm going to get is probably going to be an Xbox.
Like a regular one?
Yeah, like a regular old
OG.
school.
An OG one?
Right, I'm just going to see. I mean, they got to have some pretty good side scrollers on that bad boy. I'll just
You
go
would
up.
think.
I'll just go up to the local game hut and fucking pick up a couple side scrollers, you know?
Is it GameStop? I don't even remember the last time I bought anything from like a GameStop.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do they sell stuff still?
I don't know the last time I bought a video game from a GameStop.
Right.
Everything's
I think the last time I did was when I got the, like, PS4, the Destiny combo, the all-white
yeah.
PS4.
everything's digital now.
Yeah.
Everything. That's how I got Hogwarts
Yeah.
digitally.
That's how I got my Hogwarts letter telling me I was a wizard.
They send in an
I
email.
got an email now. They're
Like,
like,
yeah.
this is owl mail. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
They
You
did away
send
with
it
the
through
album.
Google.
Right. I know this is all backed by Google.
Yeah, I don't. Other than that, nothing. No new shows.
Yeah.
No new
I mean,
games.
that you're missing out on that Chris Rock special. Like,
I heard
At least watch the last 8 to 10 minutes of the
Is that where he
special.
like really talks about it?
Oh
What's
right.
going down?
Oh yeah. Like he just hints it throughout the special. Like I don't need any beef with any other rappers.
Right.
He called Will Smith a rapper?
He called him fucking Suge Smith.
Oh, okay.
He didn't address him. Like I don't think he addressed him at all as Will Smith in that whole thing.
I
But
don't think
everybody
so.
knew exactly who he was talking about.
Are they friends again?
No.
Why not?
No. Like I think they're even further away from being friends after this
I
special
think
came
after
out.
the special, I thought Will Smith would, accept Chris Rock's apology
Yeah. I don't know.
for hurting
Like-
his hand.
Like, did you watch it live?
No.
Okay. Well, the live show has an after show, right?
Exclusive.
Right. That you
Right.
can only watch it if you watch it live. But it was hosted by Dana Carvey and David Spade. And it's just like, these are the worst people to listen to, or to be the ones that are hosting this. Because it was like Arsenio Hall, JB Smoove, what's the basketball player that was in that Bruce Lee movie?
What?
Can't remember what his name is.
I don't know.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Ah,
And then some
Kareem
other
who?
comedian. You know Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? You know that song by Little Dicky?
I thought it was Abdul.
Did I say Abdul? Did I not say Abdul?
No, that's what I thought it was, but like
Yeah.
you had an SH in there somewhere.
What?
Yeah. I was confused.
I don't know.
You'll watch it back. You'll see.
Yeah.
right.
I don't pay attention when I watch this back. I'm not. That's not true. I just sit there and I laugh at myself, and I'm like, "You're funny." And it's like nobody else thinks
You cheer.
you're funny. Right.
Throw your hands
That
up.
was a good one. Good one. Sick burn. It's like you weren't even making fun of anybody. Yeah,
Still.
but you're shit. You're a piece of shit.
Real piece of garbage. Yeah. What else? What else is? What is life?
Well,
It's a pretty
a
intense
loaded-
question.
it's a loaded question, Anthony.
Trying
trying
to
to
get
get
all
that.
serious.
I'm trying to get the full details of what's going on.
Okay, so
What,
I-
in just pop culture? Because the rest of our lives are just boring.
So no, I don't know.
No, nothing. I was going
Um,
for the meaning of life. Like,
the meaning
42.
of life is 42, 100%.
Right.
Can you believe
we're not nerds or anything in here.
Right. Like,
I'm
like
definitely-
I spent the first, like, probably 5 minutes talking about Doctor Who.
yeah. When's the last time you've even seen a comic book shop, though? You know, we're not those kind of nerds.
I mean, I don't comic book shop. We all know this.
You should, though.
Yeah, but I put serious consideration into making a comic book, though.
I'd never read it, though.
I wouldn't, barely would write
If it
it.
got published and put in a shop, I wouldn't go in there.
Like, not on my
So,
watch.
so if a shop was like, "Hey, we got your book, and we'd like you to come in and do a signing," you're like,
Like,
"No,
can I
Like
do it
right
outside?
outside. No.
Sit
No
outside.
thanks.
I'll
I'm not going into your nerd area."
Right. I'll sit in the
Nerds.
parking lot and roll down my window, and people can come up and say hi.
This comic book smells like cigarettes.
Right.
You're welcome.
Right.
Now get the fuck out of here.
that's part of the allure of my comics. They're gonna all
Puts out the cigarette on there. That's his signature.
right.
And then flick it in their face.
Signatures are hard.
I might get a guest spot as a featured artist at a comic book shop, so
Yeah.
we'll see.
He's not gonna come and visit you.
You better.
What is that? What does that entail, though?
Sitting there with art prints and signing art prints and doing sketches for people and
Oh, okay.
hey, I want a little this. Bap beep bap beep bap sign. There you go. $1,000.
Right. I'd give somebody a
And
little
they're
bit
like,
of something.
"What? I'm
for
not paying
$1,000.
$1,000." And I'm like, "All right, give me $3."
Right.
What do you have in your pocket?
Right. I'll take whatever you got in cash.
Take the other half of that Butterfingers.
Right. I'll do anything for a mean bean and a Butterfinger.
I know. I used to get tattoos for that price.
I'm doing a lot of commission work, like I
Yeah.
said, just all over the place.
Yeah.
Opening those stores, stressing out. But this weekend, we're going to Castaway Bay with the children.
Yeah.
Get our swim on.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know what Castaway Bay is? It's kind of
I'm assuming it's a situation where somebody takes you out on a boat and it's like Gilligan's Island. It's only supposed to be a 3-hour tour. Then you're stuck there for like 6-7 years.
that's exactly right.
See,
Hell
I was
yeah.
thinking a little different. Like they take you, throw you on a beach with a volleyball, and say, "Figure it out." We'll
See,
randomly let packages float to your
now,
beach.
see, we couldn't afford that package, so
Okay.
like
That's the other side of the
it's an
island.
option. Yeah,
Oh,
it's an
yeah.
option.
Like that's the exclusive price when they send
How-
you out by yourself.
How cool would that be
Yeah.
if like Gilligan's Island and Castaway took place at the same time and they were on the opposite side of the islands
Oh,
from
yeah.
each other?
They just neither of them ventured further enough
Yeah.
in.
Right.
Yeah, because you got to get back in case a boat comes or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, as a once avid Gilligan's Island fan, like there's a lot of other people on that island, and they just randomly show up. You're like, what the fuck?
Where the fuck did you come from? I
Right.
don't
it's like,
really
why
know.
aren't they there all the time?
I
This
don't know
isn't
that
an
show
island,
either.
guys. This is a peninsula. There's
Right.
a whole city back here.
Right.
You're in Florida.
Right.
Like shit, man. I thought we were close.
You don't hear the freeway?
Oh yeah.
Come on.
That just made me think of a movie that I have seen recently, but it's
Ooh.
an older movie. I mean, older is in like 10
Oh,
years ago.
I'm gonna say 5-10 years.
Right. So it was a Nickelodeon Cage movie. It's a Nicolas Cage Nickelodeon.
I love
Collab.
Nickelodeon Cage.
That's the wackiest it can get right there.
I loved him in Real Declaration of Independence.
Right. It was probably the best.
Uh,
But now I can't even remember the name of the movie.
Wicker Man.
No. It was
Gone in 60
fucking
Ghost
One
Rider.
Man Army, I think was the name of the movie.
Uh,
And like he plays this this guy that God spoke to, and told him that he had to kill Osama bin Laden. That's
Okay.
his whole
Which
sole
makes
purpose.
sense. Makes sense.
And it's based off a real guy that's maybe still out in Pakistan looking for Osama bin Laden.
Uh,
Who knows?
We took care of it.
Like he had 100% was like, why would the U.S. government just throw him out in the water and not show us his face? They didn't fucking catch him.
So I'm gonna go get him. When you said One Man Army,
Yeah.
because of the brain that I possess,
Right.
all I thought instantly, which is I saw your I was smiling and like inside it was going. You said One Man Army,
Yeah.
and immediately I thought One Arm Manny. Like my brain switched it to One Arm Manny, and then
That's
I
where
started.
Nicolas Cage played a one-armed nanny.
then I started building that in my head,
You're like, wait a second, that's not what he said at all.
and I knew it wasn't. My
But
brain was
you
just
would
like
watch the shit out of that movie.
Right.
One Arm Manny,
Yeah. I mean,
the man with one arm.
it's like when the conversation starts with, it was a Nicolas Cage movie. It's not like it was out of the wheelhouse of what would be.
Right. Like, if you've seen anything like Willy's Wonderland or Mandy,
Did you see
Oh,
that?
right.
Did you see that new stuff, the Dracula movie?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that looks really interesting.
Yeah,
I'm
it looks
interested
alright.
in seeing it.
Yeah, I might.
Like,
Probably not.
I'll see any Nicolas Cage movie where he's going full Nicolas Cage. And I feel like in that One Man Army movie, he goes full Nicolas Cage.
it's the only way to take him.
But he's playing like
Can
this.
he go? I don't even know. Like,
Right, that's like.
where's one where he goes partially Nicolas Cage?
I don't know.
Yeah, because he's just like, I think even
He makes so many movies that there's. Every day I'm like, oh, this is a different Nicolas Cage movie that
Mhm.
came out, this year. Or,
Not too long ago, Hulu had just a category that
category.
just said Nick Cage movies.
do you
Oh,
think
yeah.
And
he
I
made any
scrolled
money?
through 'em.
maybe a little bit.
A little bit of money.
Just a little bit.
How do they make money now off of movies?
I don't know.
Selling the streaming rates.
Yeah, it's just I
Right.
just don't get it.
I mean,
We went to a movie theater the other day, and
It's overrated.
we're like, oh, we're gonna sit here and watch this movie. We went to the ones with the cool like reclining stuff,
right.
you know, so you can lay like essentially
So you can
lay
fall
completely
asleep.
down, get the
Right.
get the bed bugs on you and stuff. And I shit you not, there's this dude sitting, I don't know, 5 chairs away from us, and he's a bigger guy. He's eating popcorn, and like he's grabbing full handfuls out of the bucket, and then whatever happens to make it into his mouth is what he eats. The rest is like just
Oh,
profusely falling all over the floor and stuff. And then, I don't know, 4 minutes after the actual movie started, like, you know, the lights had gone down and they played the previews with the lights on and all their be quiet stuff, and then the movie previews, the lights lower. Then the movie starts. 4 minutes into that, this dude's snoring loud as hell. And he had lifted his shirt up to expose his belly.
Oh, right.
His legs are hanging off the side of it, and this dude's head back, arms out, snoring. I mean, there's still popcorn on him and stuff like that, sleep.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, you know, whatever. I'm just trying to ignore that, sit here and watch this movie. And we go through the movie. He sleeps through the whole thing. And then he gets up, and he's got like half a bucket of popcorn left, you know. He gets up, gets out of his chair, takes that bucket of popcorn, throws it on the ground, just spreads it all over the floor, and walks out.
Oh, yeah. It's
And I'm like, dude, that shit's crazy to me.
right.
You wasted
Like-
that much money to be a dick.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm just going to fucking.
I never understood that. People are like, well, they get paid to clean this up. Yeah, they shouldn't have to, you
Right.
fucking idiot.
It's like,
Right.
that's not what they're. Like, yeah, technically they're picking things up, but it's like.
They
they're
don't
not
really
just-
actually get to clean until the whole theater shut down.
Right. It's like.
Well, they do a general sweep
Right.
every time, because you can imagine walking in
And then just
after
having all kinds of
14
stuff.
shows have played,
Right.
and they haven't like cleaned it up. You just be swimming through a field of fucking popcorn. Now,
Right.
me on the other hand, like I love popcorn.
Yeah.
I love that shit. Extra butter, extra salt, heart attack waiting to happen. So like, I'm not leaving none of that.
Yeah.
But they did away. What really upsets me is they did away at most places. They did away with the free refills. You remember you used to get the large, and if you got the large, you got a free refill.
Oh, right.
Yeah, they did away with that shit because they got to make money. Nobody's coming in to watch movies.
Right.
We went and seen this movie, and there was me, my wife, the guy sleeping, and like 2 people in the front.
Oh, yeah.
And we went during like a primetime movie time where
Right.
people would be there. But I'm just like, dude, I used to like finish my popcorn watching the movie, and then as I'm walking out, going, "Hey, I need a refill," and then like taking that home.
Right.
You know.
What I think is crazy is that even though the theaters are that empty, they still like, what seat do you want? And you're like, does it fucking matter? I'm like, I don't know. Every time I pick the seat,
Reserved.
it's not where it's not where I picture in my head it's gonna be, because their fucking way that they display it on the screen is, in my mind, backwards. So it's like, oh, the top of the screen should be where the screen's at, and then it should go backwards from there. But no, it's the other way, and I get frustrated at stupid shit like that.
Because then you're sitting at the front like this.
Where's your ideal spot?
A little bit higher than middle.
A little bit higher than middle. Center?
Center.
Yeah.
I like the
Center,
center.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now me, I want to be far left, front row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can, get that.
That way, like, it gets the weird angle to where you can't clearly see everything.
Right. You're like,
And
you
there's
definitely
no
don't know
speaker
in
what's
your
going
eye.
on the top
Your
left.
eyes are straining that whole time. And then I
like
go,
it when my neck's
that
like-
movie gave me a headache.
Right.
And then somebody's like, maybe it's because you pick a shitty spot to sit.
Right.
No.
Can't be it.
Oh,
Just-
yeah.
It's just the
You're
sound
ridiculous.
was off.
Right.
I used to like sitting way in the back against the back wall.
Yeah.
And then somebody with orange hair came into a movie theater and started doing some shit that nobody wanted them to do. And now I'm really, really picky about where I pick my
Oh,
seat.
right. Yeah.
Like, if I do sit anywhere up, where like you can see the people no matter what,
Yeah.
I make sure that I'm sitting close enough to that railing that drops down to the
It's like you
exit. Like I'm gone.
Oh, right.
I'm out.
Oh, yeah.
Pow. Done.
Yeah, so that's why I don't go anywhere and do anything.
Like you can't sit too close to the exit or too far away from it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, shit, you can't be anywhere.
Nope.
Like, it doesn't matter. Nowhere's safe.
Did you hear about Akron? The 3 bodies?
No.
One's in Copley, 2 somewhere else. They were found in the woods, bound and gagged. 3 bodies.
Oh.
Wonderful.
Different locations. Akron, Ohio. Check it out. Read the news story. I'm like, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
We got a syrup killer in here.
Oh, right. It's just like,
Wait, what did you say you've been doing?
nothing. Not even one time.
I don't even go outside.
I just said I don't go nowhere. I don't do nothing.
And you won't either if you keep talking.
Right.
What?
Like, apparently,
What's in that bag over there? Is that a bunch of fucking rope?
It's just like,
They're just incriminating you so much. They're gonna stumble across it. We found our guy.
We found him. Nobody in those kind of pants is doing anything.
Right.
Crazy.
Like, I can't run in these pants.
You do have some running shoes on.
I do have running shoes on. I switched them from
You know-
slippers because it's wet outside.
And you expect the least. Like, no, that guy didn't do it. You're like, yeah, I didn't. Those are actual Velcro pants. He rips them off, takes off.
The
like,
way
shoot, the waist on these pants, like, would they'd fall down if I tried to run.
the way your hair is right now,
Yeah.
and your beard, like it's giving off very strong. You own a comic book shop in the Mallrats series, in the Jane Silent Bob
Maybe I
world.
do.
Matt.
Like, it's getting a little long. Do I want to cut it? I don't want to cut it.
I was gonna bust
I cut
out.
all
My
mine
name
off.
is Earl, but like that didn't fit.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. If I just had the mustache and the hair, then
Yeah.
maybe.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, catch me in the summertime, it'll be that way. Can you believe it's already daylight savings time on Sunday?
Is it?
Yeah.
Fucking hate this one.
Right.
Spring's the fucking worst one.
Right.
Like, so I'm falling asleep at 6 o'clock. Bam, it's 7. What?
You know, It's funny.
It's really gonna fuck me up because I'm doing another early ass shift. So
it's like I bring this up, and when this episode comes out, it's not gonna be the upcoming Sunday because it's not gonna be.
So whenever you watch this, just jump your box ahead.
Yeah, just put it ahead. Most people go off their cell phone time, and it does that.
Yeah, you
automatically
remember back
anyway.
in the day when we had to actually manually do it on
right.
everything?
Every single clock everywhere.
In your car,
Right.
like all that. I remember my cell phone used to be manual time.
Oh,
entry.
yeah.
Like, what?
It's like, come on, don't you do this automatically?
can't they just get?
We were
rid of
just
it?
talking about it, and like somebody's like, "Yeah, it's cool," you know. We were talking, and I was like, I remember getting the first phone with the Facebook app on it,
Oh yeah.
and like the people around me who didn't have it because they were poor people.
Yeah.
Um,
And then the ones that had just had that internet window, and they like fucking click on it and like, oh no, and I gotta click out of this because it's
Yeah.
gonna charge me.
But I had Facebook on my phone, which I'd spent dumbass money on this phone, and which I thought at the time was dumbass money. It cost $300, and
Oh yeah.
I was like, man, that's so crazy.
Right.
But like, I remember having Facebook, and I just pushed the Facebook button on this touchscreen phone,
Oh yeah.
and you know, it'd bring up my Facebook, and it was still kind of like a website browser. It wasn't
Right,
an app yet.
Right.
So, but I could check my Facebook on the go,
Yeah.
and like everybody around me was still using like razors and stuff at the time, and I'm like,
Right.
oh yeah,
Losers.
I'm checking out my Facebook. Yeah, I'm gonna update a status on the physical keyboard that was attached to the phone.
Oh yeah. I don't know.
I remember having like, you know, iPhones are the new rage now, but I remember getting a BlackBerry and just feeling superior as fuck to
yeah.
everybody around me.
See, I never had
Like, I have a
a
scroll
brag
ball,
about it kind of phone.
You know, in the
yeah.
center. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm just flipping through some shit here on my scroll ball. Like, I
Like a
felt like the
businessman.
shit, dude.
I just remember in middle school we had a computer-aided design class thing, and the teacher of that class had a BlackBerry, and he would just go on and on about this BlackBerry phone because it was like whenever like BlackBerry
It
was
was the
first
shit,
blowing
dude.
It was
up.
hot shit.
He's like, I'm gonna have to make an appointment to meet with you after school. Hold on, let me just put this in for
Dude.
$3.25.
For sure, dude. I felt the same way.
Right.
You know, like I said, I had the little scroll ball in the middle, and like somebody
Yeah.
would say something, I'd be like, hold on, let me add it to my schedule here. And they're like,
yeah.
dude, I just said meet me after class. Yeah, I got to remember to meet you afber class.
Right,
How
I
would I
gotta get
remember
a-
if I don't put it in my
I
BlackBerry?
gotta put this notification. If I don't get a notification, I don't know what's going on.
I'm just such a busy person.
Right.
My list just says like, meet Todd after class.
Right.
In 5 minutes.
Right. Grab a Coke and Doritos after school.
One of those 4 for $1 Doritos.
Oh yeah.
Oh, those used to be the day.
Right.
Back when you could walk into a mini mart with fucking $4 and all your friends are eating good. We got now and
You and
laters.
all your friends could actually walk in at the same time.
We got now and laters. We got the 5-pack of Crybabies. We got 2 bags of Cool Ranch Doritos.
Yeah.
And we got 4 Dr. Peppers. It came to $4, you know?
It's like me and Jen have these conversations all the time that it's like every time we have a conversation like, oh man, I remember when we used to get all this stuff for fucking
Right.
$5. You can get, you know, a store's worth of whatever. But now it's like, oh, well, if you want a candy bar, that's $2.50 for a regular size candy bar. And you're
Right.
like, what the fuck? That
Uh-huh.
used to be 52 cents. Like,
Right.
what are you
Crazy.
fucking talking about right now?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Bin Laden.
Right. Man, can you believe Nicolas Cage caught Bin Laden?
And
I could believe it.
the candy bar prices are still not down.
Right, come on.
He caught Bin Laden with the Declaration of Independence in his back pocket.
That dude's fucking crazy. A fucking American hero.
Gone in 60 seconds, man.
Can't believe it. The bees. The bees.
How old is he now?
Gotta be 72.
Got his 70s. You didn't say in his 70s or
Wait.
nothing.
It's either
Definitely
like
not 72.
a wide range with you, or just like this. That's it.
That's the one.
There's no in
No,
between.
it's like I feel at max he's like maybe 61, 62.
68.
I mean maybe. How old's fucking
He's
what?
59.
59?
See, I knew it. 68.
I knew he
Exactly.
was almost 61 or
He was
60.
at least 72.
I mean, you know. Don't we all want to be 72 someday?
No,
Eh,
No, not at all.
not even.
That's way too long.
40 more years for me, like almost to the dot.
72 years? No way.
As long as I'm one of those people who forgot everything, we'll be all right.
Yeah. But like those
You
type of people.
You forget your aches and pains when you wake up?
Forget everything.
Yeah, but those people eventually forget to breathe and eat, and then they just kind of.
Well, after you do that, you don't care.
Yeah, I'm not gonna know that's happening.
Yeah.
I forget.
I'd rather go out in a blaze of glory like I'm Nick Offerman on The Last of Us. With my gay partner at the end of the world.
Chugging pill-infused wine.
That's not. How
Right.
that, that's not how that happened.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, the other dude left and he killed himself and they weren't.
They walked in on them. and-
Whatever. Yeah.
No, they were partners.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
He
know.
said, "That's my partner." You just
Yeah.
hanging there. God damn it.
Oh, boy.
And Ellie actually met him and they talked.
Yeah.
Shit like that. In the show, they did not know each other.
It's all about, you know,
The Mandalorian.
the Mandalorian.
I've been watching that too. You been
Yeah.
keeping up with that?
Of course.
I have not.
I
Like-
just watched the second episode today.
It's on my
Like-
to-do list.
If it's a Marvel thing, or it's a Star Wars thing, or it's Doctor Who, I'm watching that shit.
Well, I started my second print that I'm trying to get done.
Yeah, is it Doctor Who related?
It's Cad Bane.
Oh, Cad Bane?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Or Bad Kane. Either one.
Kane. Cobb Vance.
But yeah, I'm doing him. See how that turns out. Probably
yeah.
awful, but
Maybe I'll do it. Cobb
it.
Vance, I mean.
yeah.
He had Boba
If you
Fett's
put if you
armor.
put a helmet on him, it's just Boba Fett.
Right.
Nah, because he has that fucking Western getup.
What if you just do from like the neck up though?
Well, then,
That could
you
be
know, it's
any Mandalorian.
it could be anybody.
Especially if you color it different.
Right. I mean, the Mandalorians have so many different colored helmets, and you're like, man, I didn't know. But
This is
then
Boba Fett.
Then you
And
remember,
then, like you just put, and they're like, okay, I'll have a Boba Fett. And you're like, oh, I have a Mandalorian. And he's like, cool. You pull it out of the same stack. And you're like, there you go. And we have this one.
right. It's like, there's so many different Mandalorians that are canonized now that have names and shit, and you're like, I'm not remembering all these people's names.
Nope.
Like, I don't. Their helmets, yeah, they're a different color
Yeah.
or whatever, but it's not
Well,
like
some of them have different visors.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
dude. Some of
mean,
them have different visors.
Yeah, but you know,
Some have like the poker ones, the green ones.
poker
They're
ones.
see-through.
Yeah.
You know that visor,
Yeah.
Oh right, and then they're dealing cards,
and they're
shit,
upside
you know,
down
what
and
the hell?
backwards, like those visors.
Man, I remember that when in middle school I used to wear visors, like an orange visor, all the fucking time.
Because you were pretty fly for a while.
I was pretty fly for a white guy. I had the frosted tips to
Yeah.
go with it, Guy Fieri style.
Boom, dude.
So you know, I was killing it, but it was always orange. Like no other color, exclusively orange.
Was it
If
the same
that
one, or
wore-
did you
no.
find them?
He had multiple.
I had multiple. But
So you knew that was going to be your thing for a while.
like orange
Right.
Like you
visors were
dedicated
big.
it to.
I gotta
like-
get at least a few.
I'd say maybe 7th and 8th grade.
Now,
Orange
who
visor.
finally told you that it looked stupid that made you stop?
Nobody, because it transferred into bucket hats.
So-
He's like, you know what? Top of head's cold.
So did you like just decide that you no longer like? Did you move out of the time of visor hats, or were you just like, I'm ready
Like,
to retire this?
I feel like I'll forever be in the time of visor hats.
Okay.
I mean, it's always 1997 somewhere.
Now, see, the problem is like if you have a balding condition, like a hat is meant to cover that. If you go visor, then you're covering the part that the hat is meant to expose.
Right.
And exposing the part that the hat is meant to cover.
I feel like if I'm wearing a visor, showing my bald spot is the last of my concerns at this point. Like the only people,
or he's really living up to it. He's like, you know what, bald, don't give a fuck. Look,
right?
But
like, why
only
do you think
if
I'm growing my hair out.
if you're,
it shows off the thinning in the
if
back.
you're going like
even more the longer my hair gets.
If you get into
that's
the
why
age,
I cut mine off.
if you get into the age where you're horseshoeing, at that point, visors would be the coolest if you left that. So it's like hair like pushing out of the sides of the visor, but just bald up top.
If I was
buddy.
If I was shoe horsing it, I'd be Danny DeVito ponytailing that shit
With a visor.
No visors necessary. If anything, a fedora.
Dude, if you went braided ponytail visor,
oh fuck, I'd be doing
King of the Castle right
dude,
now.
I don't think who's competing with that.
Steven Seagal moves at that point.
If
the
you have,
same speed.
if you have
with
those
these
pants
on,
who's competing with that?
fucking nobody's competing with this right now.
I mean, I kind of am. We're kind of matching.
We're
Pretty
kind of
much the same
person.
person.
It's like I decided to get rid of the beard for like a week, and then it's like
So, like, me is him if he's like, what if I grow the beard out but buzz my head?
right.
I just
Yeah,
feel like
that's what it looks like.
realistically, like
I have enough selfies on my cell phone to tell me what any type of haircut I've
That's
had
true.
or whatever I look like.
just in general, based on all of our appearances
Yeah.
overall, if you merged us into one person, we wouldn't look that different from any one of us.
Right.
We could
It would just
easily
be like more or less piercings and tattoos.
yeah, you could
like-
just blend us into one already existing person.
Right. We fit the profile.
And it would be weird because it wouldn't be like, oh my god, what is that? Who is that? Why is that? They'd just be like,
Is that a Pluck or an Amato?
is that? That's one. I can't. It's hard to tell.
Oh yeah.
But then they would just talk to us like normal and be like, whatever.
Hey, what's up?
And be like, they look really familiar, but I'm not sure
Right.
which one it is.
Like
So-
it all depends. How well does their beard grow?
Right.
Yeah, just the different rates of head hair to face hair would just be like all over the place. You have a long, thick, patchy beard.
Right. It would turn into that guy that just always has like the long goatee that you see in like
Yeah,
every metal
buddy.
band.
Like, let's just. Now I'm just bringing it back to Pedro Pascal. Do you see how patchy that dude's beard is? That's kind of sad.
Yeah, but with everything he's doing in life, it's all right.
He's great. Like, you know.
He's got to be one of the happiest person to ever get like interviewed. If
Oh,
you watch
yeah,
any
he's-
of his stuff,
He's
he's
so
giggling
happy. So
the whole
happy.
time. Mostly probably because he's stoned at every interview.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, when I first saw that they were making a Last of Us, I really was really hoping they'd get Negan to play Joel.
Oh yeah.
I thought that would be really cool.
Well, they killed off what is it, Toby Turner, the guy that voiced Joel in the video games. They killed him off in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Oh no, she killed Joel."
But yeah,
And I'm like, I didn't play the game, so I don't know.
I don't know
Games
what's
are
happening.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the games are really good.
I re-downloaded both of them.
Yeah.
Started playing the first one again.
Get some click clacks on. Pow pow. Fuck you guys.
It's
I
like,
forgot how hard they are.
Oh yeah.
It's like there's a lot more dead
Sarah
or fucking infected
Watching me
people in
play
the
it
video
the other
game.
day. She's like, "You're bad at this." I'm like, "I haven't played it in like
Yeah.
10 years."
Yeah, and obviously, like, so I go in and I'm like, you know, give me hard mode. I've already beat the game on every difficulty multiple times, so I'm like, yo, give me the hard, dude. The second I like do anything, like, I could be inside a steel box that's welded shut with no
And it
idea
goes
how I
through that
got there, and a
cutscene.
clicker would come and I'm like, how? What?
Yeah.
I don't even move, and it'll turn back and look and start running at me, and I'm like, I made no movement at all. If I throw a glass bottle, it doesn't hear where the glass bottle hits. It hears the fact that I threw it.
Her
Like,
your,
was there a
the
whoosh
sleeve
over
like-
of your
It's
shirt.
empty, so it hears. Like,
It's like,
I know where you are, motherfucker.
but it's still fun.
Yeah.
Just takes me significantly longer to get through things now.
I mean, I'm lazy. I'll just watch the show.
But you're missing so many things.
Yeah, but I don't have to use my hands. I could
Like
use my
it wa-
hands for other things.
Like they weren't even trying to get a car battery
No.
from that dude.
Just a hand job.
No,
Right.
he gave their guns to the Fireflies.
Yeah.
They wanted guns, not a battery.
I mean, what's important?
Guns.
In that situation, guns. 'Cause,
Yeah,
you know,
but
like
you
all
know.
the negative people like to say, like gas expires.
Right.
No shit.
Yeah.
Not only that, but like,
Guns expire, don't they?
oh, I got this car to run. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be significantly harder to move around with a military force in a vehicle
Yeah.
than it is to sneak around and get your guns that can kill these things that are outside.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I just get a pesticide spray down. Antifungal, spray down. Be out in your front yard.
What I've always liked
spray
about
down.
it is like the concept behind it is like this is the closest to realistic something that could happen.
Right. Yeah, cordyceps has scared me since I first saw that they existed.
Yeah.
Right.
And like I said, and then the scientist people from internet searches, those scientists
Yeah.
are like, yeah, that can't survive in the human body. That's never going to be realistic. And I'm like, yeah,
Things
fucking
mutate.
adaptation, motherfucker. And I was like, they literally, if you watch the show, they literally explain it in the very
But
beginning.
those people
Right.
don't believe in evolution, Anthony.
Like, that could
what?
never happen.
He didn't
God
say-
wouldn't do that to
He
me.
didn't say evolution. He said
And-
adaptation.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, I guess
Where's the sick burn? I know you're waiting for it, so
Yes.
you can laugh at it later.
I got nothing.
Well, you fucked up.
I'm fucking
But yeah, I was
Who
like,
you
dude.
fucking?
nobody.
And like some of it, like, it's funny because have you seen the it's like a meme and it's going around and it's like a mushroom talking about, oh, I tripped out crazy on mushrooms, had a good trip. And it's like the mushrooms, like, I literally poison you to hallucinate so you won't eat me.
Oh, right.
And you're doing it for fun now. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that's us. And that's why, like, realistically, I was like, dude, if a mushroom came out that was like, that did this kind of whatnot to humans and could survive in it,
Hippies would
Somebody's
fucking
putting
eat
it on a
that shit.
pizza.
1,000 people are eating it before we realize what's happening.
Right.
Right.
This is what we do.
Yeah, but with
It'll
The Last
be in
of
a
Us, it's
vegan
just like-
restaurant somewhere.
Right. That's what I said. Somebody's gonna put it on a pizza. For
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, in The Last of Us, it got
It's
mixed
like
into food and
unwillingly-
all that stuff, and it accidentally got in there.
Right.
But, like, realistically, we'll just eat it if you
Right.
expose yourself into the wild. Somebody's
Yeah.
going to go, I don't know what this is, but I should eat it.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you know that humans eat a credit card's worth of plastic every week?
I mean, I would assume so.
Right.
Right. It's like, that just seems like
See, I cut the
There's-
thing. I just eat, like, I eat my full credit card
I
All
do
in
it
one
all
at
in
the
one time.
beginning of the week.
Get it out of the
Get
way.
it out of the
Like-
way.
Like the pollution rate is to the point where that there's microplastics at the deepest explored ocean, like the whatever trench, Mariana Trench, and at the highest point of Mount Everest. Everest.
I mean,
I'm like,
of
of course
there
there's, because there's flags and dead bodies
Right.
there.
those dead bodies are markers for the
Right,
other
it's
people
like-
climbing up there.
It's like everybody has microplastics in them. Of course there's microplastics in these places because there's dead bodies in those places.
I have micro machines
Yeah, do you eat them?
sometimes.
I go full jackass, put it in a condom, stick it up my ass.
See,
I do it the other way.
but then
South
what's the
Park style.
alternative?
It comes out the other way.
but what's the alternative? Paper straws?
Yeah, no. You don't use straws. You just drink it like a man. You get a wet mustache. Who fucking cares?
That's what
Your significant other cares when you try to kiss them after you take a nice, refreshing drink of a soda.
Out
But
of
it's
a
whatever.
out of a restaurant glass that you can noticeably see fingerprints on, and they're not on the outside of the cup.
Is this glass clean? It has lipstick marks on it. Oh no, we just got that clean.
I love when they give you a
right
cup.
out of the dishwasher.
I love when they give you a cup and you say something about it like not being dirty, and they say that's staining.
Oh right.
All right, well then throw this motherfucker out.
Oh yeah, or they just bring a glass out there and just pour the contents in a new glass. There you go. It's like,
Yeah,
cool,
that's what I
thanks.
wanted.
That's what I wanted.
Not what I meant.
Oh yeah.
The other day we were at
That's why I drink drinks at the bar. You know, you
Like,
never know
fuck
what's
it.
in there. It could be Rohypnol. I could have a good night.
the other
Well,
day
you won't remember.
we
it.
were at
Me and Bill
Stop.
Cosby are hanging out, but I don't know what happened.
we were at a TGI Fridays, you know,
Yeah.
and you know they got those delicious half off appetizers and
yeah.
stuff. So in the middle of dinner, I'm sitting with one of my business partners and two other people, and we're sitting down to have dinner.
Yeah.
First thing I do, drinks get there, we're talking and everything. First thing I do, spill my drink all over my lap.
Oh yeah.
All
Fun
over it.
times.
So, like, there's, like, one napkin at the table. So,
Like
there's,
dibs.
there's ice all over the floor. So, I'm essentially sitting in a leather seat that doesn't absorb nothing, just soaked. So, by the time the waitress comes, I tell her I spilled my drink and whatnot, and I apologize. They get a towel and they wipe up the floor. No napkins are brought. I'd asked for them. No napkins brought. So, I'm like, oh, whatever.
Right.
So I
It's
sit
like my pants have soaked this up already.
So I sit the entire dinner just soaked,
Right.
right? And so I have dinner and everything, and I know that after everything's done, I got to get up and walk out of here.
I've just pissed my pants.
I'm wearing light blue jeans, and it's wet on the front and the back.
Right.
So I'm walking out of there past families and everything, and I walk out head held high confidently towards the door,
Oh, yeah.
just looking like I've pissed all over myself.
Right.
It was
I mean,
great. It was
If I
great.
learned
Good time.
anything, you're not cool unless you pee your pants.
Right.
Yeah, I'm
You
like,
just gotta lean into that shit. You're like, well, it is what it is.
one too many beers. You know what I'm talking
Right.
about, Dad?
It's like, well, I didn't spill the drink on myself, but I went to Dave and Buster's with my mom and my nephews, and I was making a gesture with my hand.
Oh, you smacked it out of the waitress's hand.
Smacked the drink
Bro.
right onto the waitress, right
Bro.
out of her hand. It's
You're an asshole.
Oh, man, I'm so sorry.
You know you got to keep hand motions inside the vehicle at all times.
I get real animated when I'm talking to small
Children.
children.
And did you,
To intimidate them.
the thing
Hey,
is,
you gotta act big, you
The
know. That's
thing
how you.
he karate
survive.
chopped the cup out of her hand onto her,
Right.
and then when she was reacting to it,
I dabbed on.
he thought it was completely rude that she was interrupting his story and kept it going.
Right. So
How
this is.
dare you?
I was just trying to explain the new fucking upgrade to Minecraft.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
important things.
Right, you know.
Excuse me, can you come back in a minute?
Right. I'm telling them about the nether stone or something.
Did you help her clean it off? Like the
Oh yeah, I just patted her chest real quick.
Yeah,
what kind of?
That's good.
There was no napkins. I
Did
was
you get
using my
water?
sleeve. Did I get
What
water?
kind of drink did you knock out of her hand?
I'm pretty sure it was some kind of dark soda, so
Oh,
I'm assuming
great.
a Diet Coke.
Perfect. Wait, was it a drink for your table?
No.
Or were you, oh my god!
So you ruined
So
two
you're just
people's
a,
nights.
you're a big old asshole. Dude, I bet she went back there and talked mad shit about you.
Yeah.
This motherfucker with his dumbass mustache.
Right.
Like
Oh,
she
yeah.
was pissed.
I mean, at that point, I was rocking a ridiculous
Solo
mustache.
stash. Yeah,
Right.
she was like this fucking 70s porn
Right.
character.
I mean, you know, sometimes it gets pretty crazy.
And she was like, of course, it's like, I'm wearing a white shirt.
Right. And it's
No
like,
bra.
No bra.
Hey, you might have helped her get tips if that was the case.
The thing is it'd be funnier if she came back and, you know, if she was your server and she comes back to the table and she brings you your refill and she's like, here's your drink.
Right, there you go. I'm expecting a 35% tip on
At
this.
that point, if I knocked a server's drink all over her and that was her rebuttal to come back with my
Well,
refill
fair.
and dump it on me, I'd just go, you're good. You can't change because you're at work.
Right.
I can leave. I feel better
Right.
than that. So
I
It's
can
like this
leave
is-
without paying. See
Dave
you
and
later.
Bustards. Maybe I'll get enough
Give me a
tickets
couple
and I can get a
tokens.
shirt.
somebody else is pissing themselves here, so it's all right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. You're not getting enough tickets or tokens or
yeah.
whatever for a shirt. It's like
That's-
5 million.
Oh yeah. Back in the day, the first time I went to Dave and Buster's, I was able to leave there with 2 shirts, an ashtray, some shot glasses, and some other.
I had to borrow
Random
everybody
shit.
else's points that was in the group that we were at
And
to
I
get the
spent.
decanter.
I only spent $350
That's-
on.
That's it.
Right.
It's funny because
no big deal.
I don't know if it's still like this, but the last time I went, there was like a ticket amount,
Oh yeah.
and then next to it was a dollar amount.
Oh okay. So it's like oh
So
well,
you just buy the items.
right. Like well, I went there with David's kids, and they wanted to play all of the just like video games and not the get ticket games.
You're right, that's
But-
stupid.
Right, but when we were done, they're like, "Oh, let's go see what we can get with our tickets."
Like, you don't got
It's
any.
like, well, you got
You played House of
looks
the
like
Dead.
you have 10 tickets here, and you have 8 tickets here. You can get this piece of gum, and you can get that
fuck
piece
outta
of
here.
candy. Like,
Get a nice pencil topper.
right.
Yeah, right. Those are like 100 tickets.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I've never been to Dave and Buster's.
You can get this piece of gum, and you can get the fuck out of here.
Right. It's like,
Save them up for
sorry.
next time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they'll put the guitar up there.
Right. It's like I'm definitely
Right.
gonna get enough points for that.
It's an unattainable amount of tickets that some
Right.
people get.
It's like
Yeah.
how am I gonna get 5 million tickets here when
And
you
the
only get maybe
It's like the same guitar you can buy for like $40 on
Oh,
like
right. You want to get
Amazon.
this first act like fucking children's guitar?
yeah, it's even less than first act.
I mean, if you watch these metal guys on YouTube, they're fucking ripping shit on those Hello Kitty instruments.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, buddy.
I mean,
that's
I don't know.
called having talent and
yeah, I
just
guess so.
be able to play anything.
Right.
Yeah,
The,
I
It's
tried.
the
like-
gear doesn't really make the musician.
Right. It's like you listen to Zach Wilde playing a Hello Kitty acoustic guitar. It still sounds like a plastic guitar.
Right.
It just is
Like that's pretty good on that plastic
That's
guitar.
why-
right.
That's why I keep trying to up my level of how much my guitar costs me.
Right. Like
'Cause
I
I'm
got
like, one of
this-
these days I'm gonna get good, dude. I'm gonna find the right number. I'm gonna find the
Right.
right number. I'm gonna be good.
It's
And I
like-
just practice. I'm like, no, dude. I just gotta buy a more expensive
I
guitar.
just got a fucking 6-figure guitar right now. 6-figure 6-string. I'm like, bitch, if that was 6 figures, it better have 12 strings on it at least.
No.
You ever seen one of them 24-string guitars? I think
It's too
they're
many.
called a harp.
A harp.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I've
sure
never
that's what
seen
it's
a harp.
pronounced. There's a girl
There's-
on
is-
YouTube
is
that
there
puts
20
all kinds of
There's
shit
24 strings on a harp.
I have no idea. I don't play
There's a
harp.
lot more than that.
How many?
I don't know.
Somebody fact check
72.
it. Who's got the
Well,
fact check?
I guess
I got a phone.
I'm doing it.
Who's
It says my password's required. You're required to enable Touch ID.
I just chuckled because you said Touch ID.
Well, the phone said Touch ID.
Yeah, but I'm like, who has a button on their phone anymore?
Mine does. It has a Touch ID.
There's 47 strings on a harp.
I knew
47. Are there different ones?
Yeah, there's 47 different ones.
Like, can you get like a, like a
I like
four-string bass harp?
Pretty sweet.
I don't
There's a chick that puts like whammy bars and fucking wah-wah pedals on her harp, and I'm like, that
That's a
doesn't
lot.
sound good at all. I mean, some of them sounded all right. The whammy bar was kind of cool.
It's just a lot
Yeah.
right now.
Right. I don't know. I don't even play instruments anymore, but I own some.
Do you?
Same.
Some.
Is it time for one of these?
Yes, it is.
Tool time? Hammer time?
All right,
Seesaw
guys.
time?
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
For this episode's Would You Rather?
No.
All right. We'll
Well,
see you later.
Too bad.
I've been
All right.
sniffling through this whole thing.
Question number 1.
Question number 1.
Would you rather have a living mustache that crawls all over your face, or have veins that wriggle and undulate under your skin like worms?
Oh, no thank you. Like the mustache moves on my face like on its own accord, like it's a living
Yeah,
thing.
it's just a thing. It's like,
Like
a
a
caterpillar
caterpillar
just crawling
crawling
all
across
over
my
your
face.
face. Just moves. And then when it like nuzzles down to sleep, it goes back under your little heater thing. Where it blows
That's
up
like
warm
having
air
an
in
extra
you.
peg. I'll take the mustache.
Yeah, I
Probably
don't
the
think I
mustache.
can.
I
feel
don't
that
want
on my
anything under
body.
my skin.
Yeah.
Right.
Like
Take a little, you petting your mustache and
Right.
stuff, and it like,
I don't need no cordyceps. You know?
Right.
no thanks. All right, so we're all going with a living mustache.
Right.
Yeah, I already got one of
Cool.
those.
Would you rather have expert negotiation skills when dealing with tradespeople, or an instant dismissal tool for use on door-to-door salespeople?
The first
I already
one.
have the second one. Get the
Right,
fuck
I-
out of here.
Yeah, it's like I do that to people trying to approach me at stores. I'm like, no,
Pass.
thank
Next
you.
question. Yeah, so let me have that expert negotiation skills
Right.
because I'm
'Cause
trying
I
to.
need those.
they're like-
for sure.
For all your windows to get redone, you're looking at like 15,000. I'm like, yeah, but I think 4,000 would be better. So let's take 1,000 off of that, right around that, $1,200. And bam, bam, done. And he goes, fair.
Right.
I heard $1.99. Oh, yeah.
So I got about $3.50. That's $3.50.
Would you rather date
Yep.
Meryl Streep or a severely jaundiced Britney Spears?
Meryl Streep. I mean, like,
I think Britney Spears might be severely jaundiced like now.
No, I'm talking like she looks like
like a
what's his
yellow
face from
crayon.
Sin City.
Oh yeah.
She looks like a legit character of The Simpsons.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you know that dude, you know everything's
Like,
you remember, you know the guy's all black and white. The movie's all black and white. What is it?
oh
You
yeah,
know,
Sin City.
it's in Sin City, but like whatever his name is, and he's
Yeah.
like bright
John
yellow.
C. Reilly.
Yeah, just like that
Yeah.
dude.
I don't know what his character's name is.
Just
I can't remember.
bright yellow and a black. Like
Right.
that would be pretty
That's
cool.
your girl.
But like, what are the
What's up,
other what are the other effects of jaundice other than being yellow?
Liver failure.
Oh,
Dying.
that's what it is.
Dying.
I don't
Eventually.
know. Like I don't know. I don't know what jaundice is other than in your yellow.
It's your liver not producing the enzymes or whatever, or overproducing, or one of the two. Your liver's not doing something
Right,
that it's
it's
supposed
failing.
to do.
Sometimes I worry that I'm turning yellow.
Sometimes I feel like a nut.
Sometimes I eat almond joys.
Those are the worst. So I'm going with Britney Spears though,
I mean,
because like no matter.
like with Meryl Streep, it comes with experience. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of money.
And with Britney Spears, it comes with a wild side.
Yeah,
true.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Like I don't
you
think I
may
need.
end up in one of her weird ass like Instagram or
I'd be
TikTok
Oh, where
videos.
she's like almost naked and just
Dude.
running around like, watch me do this.
Fair, dude.
attached
Fair.
dance."
And I'll be like, oops, I did it again.
But I mean,
Get over here, you little yellow.
the thing is, like with Britney Spears, like it's she's still old enough to have kids. With Meryl Streep, I don't have to worry about that.
True.
I don't care, dude. I'm telling you, like I still have the vision of Britney Spears that like you keep in your brain files, and not like I'm talking pre-shaved hair psycho.
Right,
Kevin
but
Fe-
that's
like-
burned in my head.
It's like I still have that image, so like I'm smashing the brakes off of that thing.
So you're saying that Britney Spears wasn't at peak attractiveness when she had the front part of her head shaved and like the back was still not cut, and she was like crazy
like-
with the umbrella.
Right.
Yeah, regardless,
didn't
dude.
quite-
Britney Spears.
At that point, I would have smashed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay,
when it
man.
gets. That's the crazy sex, you know.
Right.
That's
Then you're
all of
like-
it.
What's gonna
That's
happen?
when you're like, oh man, hopefully my dick's there at the end of this.
I don't know.
She's like, is she gonna pull
She's
a knife? She
she's still
might,
be-
but I'm
she
excited.
can still be my
But she's
girl.
crazy. She might
She's-
have that crazy
dude,
gorilla
she's-
strength to just rip it right
She's
off.
still wearing the low-rise jeans.
Yeah.
You know, she's like
Right.
she's still doing all that nonsense.
Yeah.
She's still doing like the different color clip-ins in her hair that like she's probably had in her like attire
Yeah.
closet for like since those videos came out. Like
I mean, you
that's
gotta keep that shit.
so dope, dude.
Yeah.
I'm in there. I'll love her forever.
Yeah.
So hit me up if you want to date.
I
Hopefully
don't know
your
what
liver's doing well.
situation is.
Hopefully your liver's doing well, but even if you had it, I'd pick you. So you guys can have the streeps.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
fine.
just streep it
Everything's
up.
Like I'm not saying I wouldn't. I'm just saying, given the choice, like,
Right. I'll get a yellow ass Britney Spears.
dude, I like all. I like throwing spears, pickle spears, Britney Spears. I like it all.
So I think you just really like Spears.
Yeah, that's my
What
thing.
about, what about Ari Spears? Ari Spears. I can say it. Ari Spears. You remember Ari Spears? He was on Mad TV.
I don't know. Maybe.
He's not, and he hasn't been in anything since then.
Never.
I'm sure if you saw him, you would know who it is.
Probably.
It's crazy how many people from Mad TV are you just see in other shit all the time now. It's just like, dude, you were in Mad TV.
It's crazy
Where have you
remembering
been
that Mad
until
TV
now?
was a thing.
Right.
Right.
Well, I listen to a lot of Bobby Lee podcasts, so
Yeah.
you know, he brings that up a lot.
That makes sense.
I was on fucking Mad TV.
Me too.
It's like, dude, call me when you were on Saturday Night Live.
Right.
So, if you guys are gonna be on Saturday Night Live, fucking hit me up. I want to be in the studio audience. My name is Steven, and I have a podcast I do periodically called Saturday on Sunday with my friend Twan and my brother Jacob. You should subscribe and tell everybody about it.
I guess we don't have to say bye here. He said who we are and everything. So,
I'm his brother that he just talked about.
and I'm Twan.
All right, guys. Have a
Click
pleasant
these
evening.
videos. I love you. Tell your friends.
Bye.
We're still alive.
Peace.
Peace out.
We might be still alive. We don't know when this is coming out.
The boys are dead. To comic books to release in 2024.
Woo!